Today, I'm going to be sharing with you guys the best Viper one-ways and setups for defending on split. So starting off with A site's toxic screens, normally I would recommend throwing a toxic screen that would do something like this, which would cover mid as well. But if you're playing A site, you need to be able to see the crosshair. So for the toxic screen, what I recommend is coming up to this line on the wall right here. You can just aim straight at it and throw your toxic screen out. So with this screen up, the attackers obviously can't see anyone playing that angle right there, but they also can't see anyone who is playing top ramp. It's the same idea as when this spot here gets smoked by a brimstone at the start of the round. So now for A site one ways, the first one is going to be for top ramp here, and all you want to do is walk into this corner and aim where this light right here meets this blue grayish part of the wall, just like this, and do a left click throw. It will land perfectly at the corner of the wall just like this. So with this poison cloud up, it obviously denies all the information from anyone pushing top ramp, and if you're playing an angle like this, it is a one way to see this little gap between the smoke and the door right here. The smoke forces the defenders to either swing really wide like this to get a peek into this corner of heaven, or just to completely push through it like this. So yeah, this is a pretty good one way to see anyone who might be pushing onto top ramp. So the next one way here is going to be for this doorway right here, and all you want to do is walk right next to this dinosaur poster right here, aim right at the corner where these two bluish gray lines meet just like this, and left click throw. Land on top of the doorway. When you put up the smoke, you can see the feet of anyone pushing into heaven. So from the attacker's perspective, if they're already up to this upper part of ramp, they can't see you at all. The only way the enemy can see you is if they back up all the way to this wall and peek like this. But if you're playing back heaven at an angle like this behind the box, then there's no way for the attackers to get an angle to see you at all. So an example setup for a site would look like this. So Viper's B side setup is actually pretty straightforward. Starting with the toxic screen, all you want to do is walk into this corner here. And you're going to want to aim high, that way you can put your toxic screen down for mid as well. And line it up so it looks like this on the minimap. Once the round starts, you can throw your toxic screen down. This will cover the exit of B main right here. And it will also cover mid here for your teammates playing in heaven or ropes. Even though this can easily be pushed through, the attackers won't have any idea what angles you might be playing in heaven or where your teammate might be playing in ropes. And obviously with this smoke down here as well, it denies all the information that the enemies would want leaving B main, such as where you're playing on site and if there's anyone playing heaven or not watching the exit of B main. So now for the poison cloud, there's really only one here that's worth using, and it's a one way for B main. All you want to do is line up right along the wall here, and you want to aim under this gap where the piece of metal connects to the wall, so right about here. And once the round starts, just do a normal throw, and it should jam itself into that gap. And this is a pretty good one way if you want to play behind this stall here and look into B main. So the B side setup should look something like this. So for mid, there's actually a couple of different ways you can use Viper's smokes that all have their own benefits. So starting with Viper's toxic screen, I actually think the best toxic screen for mid is the one that can also cover the front of B main from B site. It just provides that extra layer of smoke that the enemy has to push through, which can be especially helpful if your Sage already used her wall or you don't have any other smokes. So for the first poison cloud one way, we have the one for if you're playing in B heaven here for mid. And what I like to do for this lineup is stand on the top stair and stand against the gray wall just like this. You want to aim at this corner of the piece of metal hanging from the ceiling just like this, and move your crosshair to the right until it's about in the middle of this light just like this. Throw, and it will land on top of the doorway. The reason that I like this lineup is because you can actually line it up before the round starts, so as soon as the barrier goes down, you can throw it and put up your smoke. So obviously this one way is great if you are playing in B Heaven. You get to see anyone's feet who might be crossing up mid. I personally think this is the best one way for Viper on this map, as there's just no way for the enemies to get an angle to shoot back. So the other one way is for if you are playing in ropes as Viper, and this is a one way for bottom mid where the attackers like to peek from. So all you want to do is line up in this corner right here while the buy barrier is still up. Then you want to aim at this light square piece of wood and move your crosshair up until it's on the longer rectangular piece of wood like this, and throw. It will land perfectly on the corner near Ramen, and when you pop this smoke, you can play in ropes here and get a one way to see anyone pushing out of Ramen and peeking mid. This is a really powerful one way that denies the attackers from playing this, which is a super common corner and angle that they'll be playing at the start of the round. It also forces them to swing really wide out mid to peek you in ropes. So those were my best Viper setups for Split. If there's anything you guys think I missed, any good one ways, then be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to see more Valorant videos and guides like this, then I would greatly appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button.